Yo, guys, what's going on? It's your boy GB, man, rocking another day of Becoming the Vision, where we talk about the person you need to become in order to have the things that you desire in life, man. And I ask, well, first of all, guys, I want to say I appreciate everybody for taking the time, man. Like the DMs that I get, the social media posts, like reposts and sharing, that's so dope, man. I just ask that you guys keep doing that if you're finding value in this, right? To keep sharing it, because my job is to reach millions of people, man. And I don't want to even say job, it's my passion. I want people to be free, right? I want people to understand what it is that really holds them back, because I truly believe that, everybody is capable of absolutely amazing things in life. But I also see that more times than not, people don't achieve their full capability, right? And you'll try to say things like you'll convince yourself that you don't want that much, or all that other stuff is excessive, or I don't really want to look like that physically, that's too much work, and I want to enjoy my life. And we'll say things, right? But it hinders you from actually achieving what you would truly desire in life. And that kind of takes me into the subject for today, right? And the subject is doubt, right? And when I talk about doubt, man, it fucks people up so much, man. And I want to say that it's gotten me a lot of times in my life, right? Because I'm trained in it more, I'm more cognizant of it. But there are still times that when I have doubts about what I'm capable of, right? Or doubts that I can actually achieve what I set my mind to. There are those doubts. Now, again, because like it's my career and what I do, I'm able to work through those things more rapidly, right? And I'm able to discover, okay, what's the root of this? What's going on? But for most people, you just have a doubt, right? And you have a fear and insecurity, you have a worry. And, one of my mentors says that we were born limitless, but then we were taught limitation, right? Born limitless, but then taught limitation. And the limitation is taught through society, through teachers, through counselors, through parents, through other adults, through other people. Like you learn these limiting things in life, right? And what happens is that we all have this desire for greatness, right? Now, everybody's not going to be LeBron. Everybody's not going to be Kobe. Everybody's not going to be a famous world athlete. When I talk about greatness, I mean that everybody wants to be wealthy. Everybody wants to have an amazing family. Everybody wants to look and feel great physically. Everybody wants to have an amazing relationship. That's what everybody really wants. And if you're trying to convince yourself that you don't, I'd ask you to stop and try to figure out why. Right? I know one of the triggers for a lot of people is I said wealthy, right? Oh, I don't really need to be wealthy. If you thought that's part of the problem, and we want to kind of try to address that, right? More times than not, guys, people aren't achieving their capability or their potential, right? Because there are doubts, fears, worries, and insecurities that surround the goals that they want, right? You really don't think that you're good enough. You don't think that you're smart enough. You don't think that you have the capability. So it feels much better to just say, I don't want, right? I don't desire it. And it makes you feel good, right? And then society will tell you not to want it much anyway, right? And then so you just kind of fall right in line, right? You escape ridicule, you escape all these different things, right? And what I try to do is I try to help people understand, why do you doubt? What is going on, right? Because you weren't born with doubt. You were born with like going after everything with your hair on fire, and your parents like trying to keep you from jumping off of stuff or going after things or saying things out of turn. Like, where did that doubt stem from? And it stemmed from a societal need to like really kind of fit in. Right, but then it started to perpetuate, SAT word, using big words on the podcast, is that it started to show itself in other areas of your life. And then so doubt will also stem from you guys not following through with the things that you say you're going to do, right? Now, an illustration of that is like, you will begin to doubt the friend that always says what they're going to do and then never does it, right? You'll doubt them. Like, you'll be like, man, what are you talking about? You're not going to do it. Oh, okay, we all have those people in our life. You're like, oh, okay, that's great. You're going to open up 4 business. Oh, okay, that's great. Like, you're going to actually work out this time. Oh, okay, that's great. Like, we say all these things, right? But doubt stems from that, right? It stems from somebody saying something and then not following through. They start to, like, they don't have any integrity, right? They start to lose, like, they're just a talker, right? That's what they do, right? Now, the problem and the reason that you doubt is because you yourself are just a talker, right? There are certain areas in your life, I guarantee you, that you're not following through with, even on the smallest scale, right? Because the way our subconscious takes things is kind of literal, right? And this is why we focus so much on the mind inside of the program, right? The mindset of things, because that has to come before everything else. And if you don't fix it, if you don't address like why you're not following through, right? Like what's going on, right? So simple thing, right? Let's say that you're like, man, I want to make $1 million a year. And then it's like, it's an awesome goal. Cool. You want to make $1 million a year. Well, your ass can't even get up at 6 a.m. when your alarm goes off, even though you told yourself you were. You said, I need to go to bed at 10 o'clock, but yet you go to bed at 11:30 because you're out watching Netflix, Stranger Things, right? Like you're up doing things that you shouldn't be doing, or you're, I'm going to go to the gym and then you don't go. Guys, you see it as something innocent, or you'll wash it or push it to the side and say, you know what? Well, I got busy at work, or, the kid's obligation, or, I had to do this with my wife or whatever. At the end of the day, you didn't do what you said you were going to do, and your brain takes it literally. Your brain literally will tell you, how the hell are we going to achieve these monumental things of making $1 million a year and you can't even get up on time, right? It's like your friend, like your brain is looking at you like, dude, like you just talk, right? Like you don't actually do what you say you're going to do, right? And so this is where you doubt, and this is where you have worry, this is where you have fear, because you don't even trust yourself, right? How are you going to get around that? And one of the biggest ways that you can do that, guys, is start keeping your word to yourself. Have the integrity to say, if you're going to do something, you do it. That's it. I don't care if you were tired. I don't care if something came up. You follow through with it. Because as you start to trust yourself on the small things, your subconscious will start to be like, he really means business this time. Okay, we're going to stay locked in. We're going to stay focused, right? And you're going to do the little things that you need to do. So if you find yourself doing the little things, then you start to have bigger belief in the bigger goals, right? This is how you start to breed and create confidence in yourself, right? Confidence is usually stemmed from competence, meaning that like after a while, guys, like you can try to say you have confidence in doing anything, but it's like starting a job. First day on the job, like you don't know what you're doing, right? So you can't really say that you have confidence in your ability to do it, right? Now you might say, oh, I have confidence that I can learn it, right? But when you first start trying, like you don't know shit, right? And it's like, so you have to get trained up, you have to get better at it, right? And then so as you start to become more competent in your job or your choice of career, you start to become more confident have more confidence in your ability to then execute on it. It's the same thing, right? So if you start to now see that, oh man, I have the confidence to do what I said I was going to do. I'm a man of my word. I follow through with what I say. I'm setting a good example. I am setting a good example by leading, by demonstrating, not just by words. If you're saying it like that, guys, I promise you, your doubt will start to bleed away. Right? You will start finding yourself making more money than you've ever imagined. You will start finding yourself like looking in the mirror and being like, God, dog, you look freaking amazing, right? Like this is the body that I'm supposed to be in. You'll find yourself having more confidence in your relationships and as a man leading in a better aspect, because you are now the confident guy that you need to be, but it was stemmed through competence. And then that competence came from doing the little shit that you were supposed to do in the first place. And as long as you're able to do that, guys, you will start to bleed away doubt. Now, I'm not saying doubt is ever going to go away in your life. It is always going to be present, right? It is always going to be present. But I promise that if you work diligently, right, and you understand these things, if you start to ask yourself, why do I doubt? Why do I doubt myself in this situation? Right? What is it that's going on? What is the situation that's going on? Why do I doubt? What is the situation that's going on? What do I want instead? And why do I doubt that I can get there? If you can ask yourself those questions in any type of circumstance or instance, I promise you, you will start to discover how you break through. And so, guys, I hope you were able to get something out of that. I hope it made sense. I hope it brought you some value. As always, guys, I thank you so much for lending me your attention, which is invaluable in and of itself. And I hope and pray, guys, that if you have found value in this, that you share it with somebody that could use the information. As always, guys, feel free to share it on social media. Leave us a 5-star review. I absolutely love you guys. If you are somebody that is saying, you know what, I believe that I'm capable of so much more in life. I know it. I know it. But I just can't seem to figure out why I'm not breaking through. I'm doing all the steps. I've read all the books. I've done 4-step program to this. I've done marketing to do this, and my business isn't growing. Or I've done this and this and this to try to improve my marriage. I've done the steps, and you can't seem to figure out why you're not breaking through, guys. I would have you go to www.virtus.collective, VIRTUS collective.com. There is a training video on there. If it resonates with you, if you are vibing with it, man, I tell you to go ahead and schedule a call with us ASAP, because that is what we are experts at doing, reprogramming the mind and absolutely helping you break through those barriers, man. And so, love you guys to life, and I look forward to speaking with you next week. Peace.